And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
That's right, Chuck, man.
That's right, Chuck D. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's The Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder, and in for Big J. Oakerson, a good friend of the show, Mark Norman.
Hey, good to be here.
It's real Mark Norman, not drop Mark Norman.
Yes, this is going to be a lot of, I won't be talking as much as Big J, so we'll get a little more Soder tonight.
Big J on the...
Is he listening?
I don't think so.
Oh, thank God.
He'll definitely listen back, though.
I love you, Biggie.
He's on the... I always fuck up the name. I want to call it the High Seas of Rock, but it's Shiprocked. I knew it was like a pun on sailing and rock and roll.
Right, yeah.
It's a boat of people listening to rock and banging.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Didn't you do you didn't do this one, you did the Impractical Jokers one.
Last January. It was unreal. 5 nights, 4 chicks.
Really?
Yes.
What's the longest consistent you've ever gone?
What do you mean?
Like nights and women.
Oh,
women.
well,
What's your Mickey Mansell streak?
Last year I had 4 in 24 hours.
What?
Yeah, but that was like shucking and jiving. I was juggling.
That's a Bill Bellamy movie. Isn't that How to Be a Player?
Yeah.
It's just like, you were the white remake of How to Be a Player.
Yes. Finally, they remade a movie with a white guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a wild time.
4 women in 24 hours?
A lot of cleaning my dick after, because you can't have the smell on you, you know?
I have a weak sense of smell, so I could never do that because I would just have stinky dick, and they'd be like, "You're disgusting. I don't want to fuck you."
You got to pick the particles out of your pubes and shit. It was a whole thing.
How tall are you?
5'10", 5'11" in heels.
But you can wash your shit in the sink easily?
Well, I get a rag or some toilet paper or something.
This guy, when I was a waiter at Dos Caminos in Midtown, this guy got caught washing his balls in the sink.
Ooh.
By one of the bartenders, like before a shift. He was just in the private bathroom washing his balls, and she walked in and he locked the door. And then it just started this rumor that he was a gigolo, and I think he actually was.
Oh,
I think
really?
It was one of those rumors where you're like, I think it's legitimate. He used to come to work in a suit to wait tables at a Mexican restaurant in Midtown, and then would always have luggage, and then would get like cleaned up and then go out. And so a couple of people were like, I think this is his tax thing.
Right. Well,
and they got fired for doing side work.
I've worked in a restaurant, I don't know, 10 years, and those bartenders are always the most charming motherfuckers. They're like con men, you know? They have good stories, and they can fuck chicks.
That was my dad. My dad was a bartender.
Oh, really?
But then it got sad by the end, and he was a bartender at a bowling alley in Northern California.
Oh, wow. It's like a Coen Brothers movie.
It got real fucking... I just remember, going to the bar and either getting to sit on a crate behind the bar and, read comic books, or you give me $5 to go play the arcade, and you're like, well, that's
not bad.
That's not bad. But sometimes it got real. Even as a kid, as a 9-year-old kid, you're like, this is sad. Like, these people are sad people.
Oof.
Yeah.
And that's like a Colorado bowling alley, right?
Northern California.
Oh.
I'm talking beyond the bay, where it's like
Humboldt? You're right.
Past Humboldt, it's Lake County, California. That's what it's called. But it's pretty fucking rural.
I didn't know you lived in Cali.
My dad lived up there. I just lived in Colorado, but I'd go and stay with him, and I was like, his fancy son from Denver.
Right.
Up with all the fucking dub tea up there.
Did he have an apartment with just a couch and a TV?
Better. He had an apartment with a drunk dude named Jim who used to carve shit when he was hammered.
Oh,
but he was
God.
He was amazing at carving stuff.
Yeah.
They had I remembered this recently. I told Vecchione. I remember they had a fucking shotgun under the couch.
Wow.
That's the kind of apartment they lived in. And then they would both fucking rabid booze bags.
Yeah, the kind of guy who's done with the knife, he just sticks it in the coffee table.
Yeah. There was always empty packs of Marlboro Reds on the coffie table.
Boy, you had a real Americana upbringing.
Well, it was weird. And then my mom was different. Because, you're from New Orleans.
Yeah.
So it's completely different.
Completely different.
Because I was
Southern.
Midwestern suburbs, where it was my mom I lived in the suburbs. And then I'd go stay with my dad, and it was this small town kind of shit.
Oh, weird.
So it was really weird. There was no so I've always liked big cities.
Yes.
You kind of, when you don't come from one, you're like, oh, this is all, you guys got everything here.
I'm the same way. And I like having people around and not having to talk to them.
Yes.
I feel safe with that.
I was talking to someone about LA, about the difference between between LA and New York. I feel like in New York, you're by yourself more, but everyone's more in your business.
Yes.
Whereas New York, everyone is around, but everyone kind of gives you your own privacy.
It's way better.
It is, because you bump into people, but they're not going to be like, what do you got going on?
Right. I feel so alone in LA. I'm just sitting in traffic all day. I got no interaction.
But you grew up in the French Quarter.
I grew up in the city on Esplanade Avenue, yeah, and it was, I don't know, New Orleans is a great city, but it's not a great place to raise kids, I think.
I'm trying to think, what do you think are the worst cities to raise kids in? New Orleans? San Francisco would be pretty fucking hard, like the city of San Francisco.
Yeah, that's tough. Just hobos and, like, rich people. There's not much in the middle.
Yeah, there's not, like, you don't see kids. Like, New York, you can see where kids go and play.
Right.
There's playgrounds.
Yeah.
I would think New York, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of other cities that might be terrible to raise kids in. New Orleans, it's
just, you're like a feral cat. You're just running around with, like, 3 other boys, drinking in a park and shit. Yeah, and it's like black kids with they got a bottle caps on the bottom of their shoes and, shit like that. And
so you just had your own pack of little Cajun kids?
Exactly, yeah. And they all had fucked up parents. And my parents just like, get out. There was a lot of like, get out of the house and go do shit.
Go do voodoo. Get out of here. Go on down by the gumball. Because I'm just, as an idiot from Colorado, I assume New Orleans, everyone's like, did you bring your trumpet? Go on down and eat some gum. Yeah, that kind of. And then I went down there and you realize it's like, oh, there's fucking regular people.
Yeah, there's regular people. But there's a lot of racial tension, and the cops are corrupt. It's very lawless down there.
Yeah.
You can drink outside. There's kids drinking. There's old people drinking. It's weird. Nobody cards you.
I never got to go there before I quit drinking. And I really regret it. I always wanted to go to there in Savannah. And Madison, Wisconsin.
Yes.
That's a great booze city.
Great booze town. Savannah's like beautiful and romantic.
Yeah, but also it's open carry.
That's right.
Not gun, alcohol.
Yeah.
I think those are two different things.
Open bottle?
Open cup?
Container?
Open container.
I don't know.
That's what it is. But you, speaking of drinking, you came in pretty fucking banged up.
I'm hurting, baby. I am dying. I had that that just, I can't get out of bed, hatred of myself. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, God, the whiskey wasn't worth it. I drank for no reason. I got nothing out of it. Now I feel like shit. Your whole day's ruined.
Let me get...
yeah, that's my liver.
A Norman drop on Norman. That's a...
Yes.
You're fucking bending reality. You're inceptioning the bonfire, though. You're going to fucking kick us down 3 levels. Did you, Mike, as a former drinker, I'm going to go through the questionnaire.
Please.
What time did you get home?
4:30.
What time did you go to bed?
5.
Okay. You had a hangover. Did you eat before you went to bed?
No, I wish I had.
Okay. Any water before bed?
Chugged 1 glass, which I thought would save my life.
No.
But it didn't do a goddamn thing.
Okay. And was it mostly, when I saw you were drinking scotch?
Yeah, all scotch. Just those big solo cups.
So you stayed the same booze?
I had 3 of those, and it was just scotch.
Yeah.
And then I had 4 beers earlier the night.
Where was this?
At the Comedy Cellar holiday party, where Mark Norman was. I stopped by, and our own Lou.
Yeah, Lou.
Lou was there and I'll tell you this.
Lou was trashed.
Yeah, Lou and I had a plan before he could turn into Stu that I had to monitor him.
Uh-huh.
Explain to him who Stu is.
Please.
Stu is his evil twin. When he gets drunk, he becomes a different person, loud.
Oh, yeah. Stu sucks.
He does have a twin, though.
But he has
have an actual twin brother.
You do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But somehow his personality got attributed, his drunk personality got called Stu, even though he has an actual real twin brother. It's overkill. But we get there somehow. But he gets hammered and he becomes loving, but very loud, and very there's no barriers.
Right,
barriers go away. I mean, as do most people when they drink. But Lou gets a special kind of fucking, hey everybody, I love you.
Yeah, you were all over me, and at one point you were talking, and I looked down, you had your hand in my pocket.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. But you were very complimentary, so I appreciate it, Lou.
I remember that, and I stand by it.
I could have used you in the morning when I hated myself, not really at night.
I was too busy hating myself.
Yeah.
Is that what happens? Do you get bad hangovers and you get sad?
Yes, and I look at my texts to you or my text to everybody, and I start deleting them, and I just my face turns red with embarrassment. I fucking hate myself in the morning.
Yes.
So you're always Scotty from Boogie Nights.
Yes.
The next morning.
Idiot.
Fucking idiot. I love you, Soder. I gotta tell you, I love you. Fucking idiot. I won't even do this Sebastian podcast anymore if you don't want me to. Yeah. I totally get that, because that was the worst part of drinking. Was the craziest shit about quitting drinking was the 2 weeks after I quit, when I would wake up expecting the hangover to be there, and it wasn't there.
Oh, what a glorious moment.
But it's creepy at first.
Yeah.
Because you get so used to it.
Right. Well, I did Drunk History.
Oh, you lucky. When is that coming out?
That comes out in April, or March or April, but it was... I had to get an interview for it and talk to the guy, Derek Waters, cool guy, creator, and he was like, I was like, look, man, I just got to tell you, I get the worst hangovers. I want to get hammered for your show and really go balls to the wall, but I get the worst. And he's like, don't worry, I have a hangover cure. And I said, really? I've tried everything, nothing works. He's like, I got it. It's called Motive Pure, and they give They give it to athletes.
Didn't work for me.
Aha! Well, they have to give it to athletes to keep them hydrated.
Yeah, it's almost the same concept as Pedialyte.
Oh, okay.
Which is, Pedialyte is what I used to do when I drank. Yeah. I always had a fucking giant thing of Pedialyte. Yeah. That's how I should have known I was quitting drinking, is I had no kids and a giant Pedialyte always in my refrigerator.
And you're crying.
And I'm like, yeah. And the people at the Dwayne Reed by me thought I had the sickest baby, where they're like, child services should take this child away.
Right.
But I waited tables at 10 a.m. and I'd be out doing comedy till fucking 3.
Yeah.
And that was back, we were...
Put them back.
Yeah.
In your 20s.
Yeah, you're drinking... 20s drinking is completely different than 30s drinking.
Crazy.
Because what you just said sounds sensible to someone in their 20s.
Yeah.
When you're like, oh, some beers and some scotch. But I would drink the Pedialyte before I went to bed and wake up fine.
Really?
Fine.
I should try that.
But you didn't... the shit that he did for Derek Waters gave you for Drunk History.
Yeah, so he's like... It comes to this little thing. It's like 4 ounces. It's tiny. And I was like, all right, I'm getting hammered. You got a cure. I'm going to drink a bottle of scotch. He's like, do it. You're going to be fine. So confident.
Yeah.
So I went whole hog here. I just pounded that thing a fifth. I had like this much left in a fifth. I went to town and blacked out. He put me in an Uber, sent me home. I invited a girl over.
What?
I don't remember any of this. She came over. We fucked.
What?
I woke up at like 3. She was gone, but she left like a little note like, you're gross and you couldn't get it up and all this. I was like, oh, shit.
Or did she leave you one of those planes like Top Gun where you woke up and then you were like, oh, she did origami and left me a sexy note.
Right. And so I woke up. It was one of those hangovers. It was so bad. Like, if alcohol poisoning is here, I was like right there. I was like a click before it.
So and this is with the special
shit. And I was like, give me a bunch of them. And he's like, all you need is one. I was like, all right. And I drank one. It was nothing. And I woke up and I couldn't move. It was like, move one leg off the bed. Just get one leg off the bed. And I couldn't do it. It was too hard. I couldn't move physically. I was so in pain.
That bad?
That bad. And I had like a conference call and I couldn't do it because I couldn't talk into my phone. My phone hurt to hold it.
Yeah.
And eventually it was like regarding Henry. I was like, come on, move a leg. And I eventually got to the bathroom. I shit blood.
Oh!
Shit blood like 4 times. Then I puked my balls off, and I'm puking into the toilet, and the water and the puke is bouncing back in my face. So I got like jizzy puke face. I got like a money shot. And then I just lay on the tile in my underwear, just like shivering. Sweating with puke on my face, and you don't even care.
Why did you shake your head shitting blood? You were so adamantly like, yeah, that's...
Oh, that was just in agreement. It's just because it happened.
You shit blood. You shit blood a lot?
After a big night of drinking.
Really? This is the first time for me.
Oh, well. Get used to it.
Wow.
Andy's fucking... I like that.
But our guest coming up has told me, he used to work in an ER, he said the color makes a huge difference, and that's why I've never gotten scared. We can talk...
Cool, light red.
Yeah.
I'm just shitting blood, but it's a
He's
light
got a fun rhyme for it. Or something.
That's, I've never... When I started shitting like mulch is when it started being like... It just looked like I was like wood chips.
Ooh.
That's what all my shit looked like, and I was like, "Okay, this is bad."
Yeah.
I've always been too scared to follow up in any sort of
one of
way.
the worst hangovers I've ever had, where you're like regarding Henry type shit, was working in Seattle like 4 years ago. I blacked out and I woke up at one of my friends from elementary school's townhouses on his couch in my jacket.
Holy shit.
Like bundled up. It was in the winter. It was right after Hurricane Sandy. So 2012.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then I went and he drove me back to my hotel and I just spent the day throwing up and shitting.
Yeah.
And it was the worst day of my life.
The worst day, just counting the minutes. Like, please fall asleep. Please, day end.
I had 2 shows that night, and I had to go drink just to be normal.
Yes, exactly.
Are you hungover? Do you think you're going to drink after you get out of here?
Nah, I try to... That's like a child's game. It's a young man's game. I just try to push through now.
You just got to push through.
Yeah, because I feel if I have another beer, I'm like, who am I? Now it's a cycle I'm in, you know? Did you have the drunk story where you were at Jersey Shore? Somebody has a story. It's a great story. They're at Jersey Shore. They get hammered, and all the houses look the same, and they went to their friend's house and passed out on the couch, and he woke up to a dad like, get the fuck out of my house. It was the wrong house. He just slept on a guy's couch.
Isn't that Back to the Future too? Where he goes to his house and it's the fucking black dude comes in with the bat.
Oh yeah. But that was he got kicked out. This guy slept.
That guy slept. There's no no, but that's because that's the drunk equivalent of getting into the wrong car.
Right.
Where you're like, this is what a similar story. I didn't sleep at anyone's house, but when I was in college, my aunt flew me out to visit my grandma. And she lives in this town that's about hour and a half north of San Francisco. And my aunt found out it was cheaper to get me a limo to my grandma's house than to take like a car service or anything.
Kevin McAllister.
That's what I felt like. And I was dead broke at the time.
Yeah.
And I get in and I would drink a couple beers before I got my bags. And I get in and there's a full bar.
Whoa.
And I was like, hey man, can I drink this? And he's like, yeah, it's all you rented it. And I just got fucking shit faced. It was a 90-minute drive. So I probably had a good 6 drinks.
Oh, wow.
7 drinks. And I was smoking cigarettes. And we got to where my grandma lives in her little development. And I went to the wrong house and was like hammered excited. Like, nah, just pounding on the door and no one came. And then I went outside and I was like, this isn't the street.
Oh.
And I was on the street. I was on the street over. But nothing like sleeping on a fucking couch.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
Have you ever, blacking out, waking up, what's the longest it's taken you to realize where you've been? Because that's a scary fucking
That is a scary moment. Well, I used to be a bedwetter, so I used to wake up not knowing where I was and covered in piss.
Really?
It was a horrible moment, yeah.
That's like coming out of the Matrix every time.
Right, yeah.
You're like, what is this? Why am I covered in wet?
You ever done the drunk tank?
No.
You never done the drunk tank?
No.
Blood shitter? Nothing? No. Oh, man.
I've been woken up by the cops on a stoop before. I passed out on a stoop.
I passed out on a stoop in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I've done stoop, but it was in Hoboken. Me too.
Craziest thing, Eric Bergstrom, funny comedian, he passed out on the subway, woke up on the AirTran.
What?
So he got up at some point, paid $5 and got on the AirTran. He said he woke up in the Delta terminal.
Co-host of your podcast, Tuesdays with Stories, one of my favorite moments I've ever seen was Joe List. We were both drunk.
Yeah.
He had one stop to go.
Yeah.
To get off the N train. I got off the train. He sat down. 7 hours later, I got a phone call that he fell asleep and took the N train all the way to Coney Island. That's the whole way of the train. And then he woke up, transferred to a D train, fell asleep again, and woke up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And then went down it. So he did 4 boroughs in one night, drunkenly. Yeah, that's what I don't miss about drinking is that kind of shit. Or the hangovers.
Yeah. And I got mugged 3 times when I first moved to New York, and it was all drunk. Everyone.
You were hammered.
I was a sitting duck. I was just the white drunk guy in Brooklyn.
Just walking around like, hey!
Yeah. But here's my drunk tank story. Stop me if you heard it. There's a bar in New Orleans called the Balcony Bar.
Okay.
And you can just sit on the balcony and it overlooks Magazine Street. And I was so drunk, I'm just throwing glass ashtrays into the street.
Jesus.
And,
what, just flicking them out in the middle?
Woo, like Frisbees. Nobody stopped me.
Are they breaking?
Yeah, they're shattering all over the sidewalk. I threw one, and it was a big pop. Like, and I was like, well, that sounded bad. Whatever. And I just, 20 minutes goes by. I go outside, and there's like a big frat guy out there, like a big beefy guy in a polo shirt, like, what the fuck? Who did this? And he's pointing to his car. He's just got a glass ashtray sitting in the windshield, just sitting there. And I go, oh, that was me, because I was so drunk, there's no consequences.
So you were happy about it.
Yeah,
like it was an accomplishment.
That was mine. And he was like, I'm going to kill you. And he starts chasing me. He's chasing me down Magazine Street, and we're like running up and down the street, and the cars are
like Benny
stopping.
Hill?
Yeah, it was like Benny Hill. Cars are like, whoa, we're like in the street running because I was so scared.
Was he shaking his fist as he's chasing you? Get back here, you damn... wait, what? So his car was parked out front, and you're just tossing him out.
I nailed his car. So at this point, he's kind of like gaining on me, and I'm getting nervous, and I can't keep running. So I start trying to open car doors to get in. And finally, I open a door. It's his car.
What?
I got in his car. I can see the ashtray in the car, like through the windshield. And he's like, "Get the fuck out of my car, asshole!" And I'm like, "I'm not. Get out of here!" And he starts hitting the boop boop, and the locks are going up. So I'm hitting them all down like a whack-a-mole.
Wait, what kind of car was it?
It was like a Honda Civic or something, but it had like the beep 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 beep.
This guy kept unlocking it, and you kept fucking going for it.
Kept going down. I was sitting on the console, like 4 arms going around.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So eventually, people are like crowding around. It's like a scene now.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Get the fuck out of my car! I'm gonna kill you!" He's a big white guy, and eventually he gets a cop. So the cop's like, "All right, son, get out of the car." I'm like, "I'll get out of the car. He's got to back it up." And he's like, "All right, back up, sir. And so I get out of the car, and the guy just runs up, hits me right in the jaw. I fall to my knees. Worst look. And the whole crowd goes, ooh. And the cop just picks me up and throws me in the car. I go to the drunk tank. Now, they just throw me in. I don't know how. It's my only time being in the drunk tank. Just throw you in. So I'm in there. It's me and like 12 giant black guys.
Okay.
So
And
I'm
this is
in there.
in New Orleans.
This is in New Orleans.
New
OPP.
Orleans drunk tank.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, all right, keep it cool. My hangover is kicking in. I'm like not drunk anymore.
Yeah, it's
and
not fun.
No, and my phone goes off. They just threw me in. I had a phone, and all these black guys go, motherfucker, you got a phone?
No.
Oh, my God. So they're all, like, reaching through my pockets and shit. And I was like, hey, guys, I have minutes. Minutes worth thing. And, so they start using my phone. They're like, Cheryl, I'm getting out of here, bitch. Fuck you. Stop fucking Tyrone or whatever the hell.
Did you become like, were you elevated status-wise for having the phone, or were you more like bitched made because...
Complete bitch.
They're like, no, you're our bitch now, and you have a phone.
Yeah,
But it wasn't like, Mark with the phone.
No.
It was like, hey, white boy, give me that fucking phone.
I wish.
Or I'm going to take that ass.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. I see drunk tanks. My friend Mike went to one when we lived together in Tucson. He was hammered, and we lived in I don't know if I've told the story in the show, but in Arizona, especially in Tucson, in our college cities, especially ASU and University of Arizona, they build these apartment complexes in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
That are like huge and have these big pools and these like barbecue areas.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like massive, and they're for college students, and they're really nice the first 2 years they're made. They're like super nice, but then they're built shitty. So
Right.
the more you live there, they just fall out of place. And they're always called like, Star City or like Campus Town or some shit like that. But they have like these massive pools. And so when I graduated, two of my best friends from Colorado were like, hey, we're going to move down there. We're sick of living in Colorado. Let's move down and live with you. So they came and stayed with me. And then, which by the way, one of my favorite stories of all time is my friend moved in with me, and I had this old apartment, and he was sleeping in where my like desk was on an air mattress on the floor.
Yeah.
The apartment was built in 1915, and it was all like wood floors. And in the middle of the night, he just starts going ape shit. And he's like, there's a fucking cat under, and he thought there was a cat where he was sleeping, but he was under the floorboard.
Whoa.
Going crazy right under his ear. So he woke up like terrified because it was just like, just
my
right
God.
under his face, flipping out. Yeah, that.
There it is.
He was up on his bed, and he's like, it's in here. It's in here somewhere. And I turned on the lights, and there was nothing in there. And I'm like,
That's hilarious.
And then we were both quiet, and you just heard like under the floor.
Yeah. That's creepy. It's like a Edgar Allan cat.
Yeah. Did you kill cats when you were a child?
Yeah.
But we moved into one of those new built Arizona party places. And we were like, we just graduated, so we were kind of like the creepy older guys.
Ah, yes.
But there were a lot of college students and a couple older guys that I knew that I graduated with that were kind of around.
Uh-huh.
But one night, there's like girls down at the pool, and I know the guy, and he's like, come down here, and there's these three girls like skinny dipping. And we sat there and drank beers, and we're like, this is awesome. So my roommate gets hammered the next night, and he's like, let's go skinny dipping again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, there's not going to be girls there this time.
Ah.
And it's him, me, and our friend Allie, and he convinces Allie to skinny dip. So those two are skinny dipping. I'm just smoking weed and drinking beers on the side of the pool, and a cop walks through.
Oh, boy.
And he's like, put your clothes on. And so Allie does, and she's sitting there hanging out. And my friend Mike gets back in the pool naked, just hammered, just like, he thinks because of the water.
Yeah.
But the light is flashing, so it's clear that he's naked in the pool. And the cop comes back in, and he's like, hey, put on your trunks. And my friend goes, I wasn't doing anything. It's like that kind of drunk thing where he goes,
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything. And he's like, get the fuck out of that pool. And he's like, I wasn't doing anything. And the cop walks over, and Mike swims to the other side of the pool. So the cop walks all the way around, and then Mike swims to the other side.
With his dick flapping in the pool.
Just white ass was the only thing you could see. It's like
great.
fucking pale white ass. And so he goes to grab his swim trunks, and he puts them on. Like, the cop's not seeing him do this.
Yeah.
And the cop comes over, and he puts his hands up, and he's like, see, I wasn't naked. I wasn't doing anything. And the cop's like, get out of the pool. So Mike goes to get out of the pool, and the cop goes to grab his arm, and he does the dumbest thing you can do with a cop.
Uh-oh.
And he tries to pull his arm away from the cop, and
Oh,
the cop
no.
down on the ground, knee in the back of his head,
Oh.
cuffs on, goes to the Tucson drunk tank.
In the the trunks?
Just in the trunks.
Oh.
I ran upstairs and grabbed him a shirt. Like, the cop was cool enough. I'm like, hey, he's my drunk roommate. I saw it. I know he's an asshole. Let me go grab his shirt.
Yeah.
So I grab his shirt. But the best part of the story is the next day we go pick him up at Pima County Jail. And he's standing outside smoking a cigarette with this black dude with one leg. He's got like a artificial leg.
One leg Charlie.
One leg Charlie. But he's like this black dude with like it's like one of those space, you know, in Forrest Gump, it's like, Lieutenant Dan, you got legs.
Right.
They were like that. It was like the pole.
Oh, right.
My friend, I'm sitting in the back seat. My friend Chad is sitting shotgun, and he's a dick, and he's our third roommate. And so the black dude sits behind him. So Chad shotgun in this.
Wait, why'd you pick up the black guy?
Because he became friends with Mike in jail.
So you got to hang out with him now?
Yeah, and Mike was like, his name was Jared, and he's like, can you give Jared a ride home? And we're like, where does he live? It might have been not Jared. I don't know why I'm thinking, but he lived by us. So we're like, hey, can you give him a ride home? So he's sitting behind my friend Chad, and I'm in the other thing, and Mike's telling the story again of like our perspective of how drunk Mike was and what he said to the cops.
Yeah.
And so we're like, why were you in jail, Jared? And he's like, me and my girl got into a fight, and we started yelling out in the parking lot, and she threw a bottle at me, and I threw one back, and then she ran away, and I can't run.
Yeah.
And he just says that, and my friend Chad in the front seat just goes, you don't know how to run? And then
man.
It's just kind of silent. And then we just go drop this dude off, and he gets out of the car and walks in front of the car or whatever, and Chad goes, no one wanted to tell me he had one leg.
Nah.
No one wanted to, like, he fucking remembered that he said that. And that's like, yeah, that's the closest I've been to being even in a drunk tank.
I'm surprised. I figured you'd be a booze bag.
Yeah, I'm a booze bag, but I'm very agreeable.
Right, that's true.
So cops are like, don't do that. I'm like, all right, you're the best officer.
Man, who are these guys skinny dipping? I never had the confidence for that. My dick, limp is just, especially in cold water.
Well,
I'll
come with the full truth. I skinny dipped that night. It was this guy that went to high school in Denver that I knew through fucking selling weed or whatever, and he was with these two girls, and the girl was hammered, and she's like, the rule is if you're gonna hang out, you gotta get naked. And I was like, I felt like Clark Griswold.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
This is crazy. This is crazy. And the only reason I did it was the hot tub. Because I was like, I can get a good
chub.
Yeah, I can get a good hang going.
Right.
And so what I did is I got in the hot tub, kind of let, like them being naked do the thing where you plump up a little, where you're like, all right. And it was one guy and two girls, so now it was even.
Right.
It wasn't like,
but
uneven.
Girls are fucked because their tits are just,
they're bouncing.
They're bouncing in the water.
Like a lot of vagina in Austin Powers. That's what what I thought of.
Oh, that was hot.
Yeah, I jerked off to that scene so many times.
Oh, God, me too.
Do her tits start floating? But yeah, that was... Jay, by the way, is so not here to unvanilla this. I'm like, remember when I jerked off to a Mike Myers movie?
Nah.
And Jay would be like, yeah, gaping assholes kind of make me flinch.
Right.
But yeah, that was like, so that's what started the whole thing, because I was like, the next morning we were like, the hangover, laying on the couch. The best part of living with anybody, especially your friends, is when you're hungover the next day, kind of retelling what happened.
Yes.
And I told him about that. Mike, I was like, oh yeah, and fucking Pete's, like, my friend Shunner was down there, and they left, and I skinny dipped with them, and so that way, when he got hammered that night, he was like, we're gonna skinny dip.
Oh, I gotcha.
So he kind of forced it.
Yeah. I don't know. My friend went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So we went to go visit him. This is a crazy night. Me and three other guys, it was a foam party.
Oh,
so we started
very
drinking.
Dangerous.
Remember those? Those were like hot and for 10 minutes. And we go there. My friend, we all get drunk at like noon. The foam party's at 8. Foam finally starts kicking. My friend runs in, slips, falls back, cracks his head open right away, like the first guy at the party. So he had to go out in the hospital. I get into a fist fight with my good friend who drove there. He breaks a bottle over my head.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy. He was like in a blackout. So everybody like tackles him. Was like, "You're going too far." He was like a big guy, and he beat the shit out of me. He was throwing me around that room like a rag doll.
In the foam?
No, this is in a dorm room.
I thought you guys were like back in the foam sliding around.
Oh, no.
This is so fun, but also this isn't healthy for your friendship.
Yeah. So he runs off and he's like, fuck all you guys, gets in his car and leaves. He gets a DUI. He goes to jail.
Oh, no.
So now we got one friend in the hospital, one in jail, and I'm like knee deep in foamy pussy. I'm like fingering some girl and with the suds going.
See, I was never good at big parties of getting girls because when I drank, I just wanted to get as fucked up as possible. Like, I would want to hit on girls, but like in college, I was like, oh, I'm just going to get hammered. There's a luge here. I'm just going to do as many shots as I can.
You don't have that drunk vagina, like, tractor beam?
You know what I have? I have very vulture drunk, like, at the end of the night, like, who's here?
Yes!
Like, yeah. But I have some friends that get drunk and they're like, I need to get laid, and they're using it. Like, my old roommate Amir was like, I'll drink if it's going to get me laid. I was like, I'll get laid if it's going to get me drunk. Like, I would just go get so drunk that I'd be like, this is... And then at the end of the night, I'd be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all grown up now.
Hey, that's a fucking bummer. We're going to take a quick break. Mark Norman in for Big J Oakerson. It's The Bonfire on Comedy Central Radio.
Wait, these calls?
Yeah, we'll take... Quick question for you TV lovers out there, huh? You loving your TV. Is it tough to record all the shows you want to watch? Does it seem like your DVR is always full and everyone else in the family is getting to record their shows but you? That was a very long sentence for a question. Then it's time for You Got the Hopper 3 from Dish. Well, they must have asked a bunch of families what the perfect DVR would be because the Hopper 3, I'm going to say it every time like that, so if you hate it, tough cookies. From Dish has up to 2,000 hours of space so the whole family can record the stuff they want to watch without worrying about deleting each other's show. And the best thing about the Hopper 3 from Dish, you can watch and record up to 16 shows at the same time. No, I'm not exaggerating. That's how that was punctuated. What are you waiting for? Call 1-844-CALL-DISH. You can literally record up to 16 shows. Who's writing copy now? Have those girls bled into those reading? Oh, you can record up to 16 shows. It's amazing, right? With the Hopper 3 from Dish, everyone's shows gets recorded. So quit missing out on your favorite shows. Get worry-free TV with the Hopper 3 from Dish. Just call 1-844-CALL-DISH or visit Dish.com to sign up. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Literally, call for details. You literally can do that. Who out there wishes watching TV was easier? Well, I know I do. And with the Hopper 3 and voice remote from Dish it is, you just say Netflix into a remote. And like that, you're enjoying your favorite movies and Netflix shows. Now that's easy. Should I try to end everything like it's the end of a commercial?
Yes.
And because Netflix is integrated into the Hopper 3 from Dish, you don't need to swap remotes or struggle with which input to choose. Who hasn't done 100 times? Who hasn't done that 100 times? I'm getting way worse with reads. So you don't have to be an expert at TV. Unlike being an expert at getting the kids ready for school on time or juggling laundry, soccer practice, dinner, and math, who do they think listens to this show? Call 1-844-CALL-DISH to get the Hopper 3 from Dish with Netflix and get easy access to all your favorite Netflix shows and movies. Requires separate subscriptions to Dish and Netflix. Monthly fees and other restrictions apply. Voice remote sold separately. Call for details.
Nailed it.
Thanks, dude.
Hey, this is Joe List, and you're listening to The Bonfire with Big J Oakerson and Dan Soder, and they've both come inside of me.
Every day is Judgment Day.
Traveling Wilburys on The Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder, and in for Big J Oakerson is Mark Norman.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm finding out Mark Norman into dad rock. I never knew what kind of music you were into.
I love a good dad. I'm not hip enough to listen to like hip hop. I cringe when I listen to it because I'm like, if someone's watching, I look so stupid.
You gotta let that go. It's great music.
Can't do it. I can't let go. I can't act.
I kind of like that. I like that you're into dad rock.
Love dad rock.
Yeah, you can check out Mark Norman and a good friend of the show, Joe List's podcast, Tuesdays with Stories, available on iTunes, and also catch them live coming up at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie. I've been up there. Awesome. Really? Yeah, I had a really good time. Those guys are fun. It was fun shows. And then Rumors in Winnipeg, another great time.
Yeah?
Yeah, Magoobies in yeah, you got some great stuff. You can see them in Baltimore at Magoobies and then at the Helium in Philadelphia. For tickets and all tour dates, visit marknormancomedy.com, and then, of course, follow him on Twitter at MarkNorm, and, of course, follow us at The Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook.
All right. Soder is going to be at the Helium Comedy Club in Portland Thursday. That's a great club. Hell of a city. Go Blazers?
Yeah,
Yes.
you nailed it.
All right, it's a great coat. Then January, that's 19th through the 21st. After that, you can catch them headlining Laughs in Seattle Friday, January 27th and Saturday the 28th. Visit dansoder.com for tickets.
I got a new website being built. I'm pretty excited about it.
Who's doing it?
This guy, Mark.
Okay.
Well, there's a company. His name's Chris. I don't know. I'm bad at it.
I don't want to get personal, but I'd like to know what you're paying because I just dropped a cool 2 G's on a gal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, that sounds about right.
All right, good.
Yeah.
She's good. The only problem is the upkeep.
Yeah, I'm not good at any of this shit. Michael at Karen Digital. I knew it.
Aha.
But I'm bad at that, at all that shit.
Yeah.
Maintaining a website. We were talking booze stories, but also, actually, should we Merkface Andy just got a pretty bummer.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
Direct
sad to
message.
say. One of our faithful, really loyal campers.
Yeah, one of the top campers.
I'll just give her Twitter name, just Leslie.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we found out from Banana Peel that she passed on.
That's shitty. That's really shitty. Leslie was a good friend of the show, good friend of Tuesdays with
Super
Stories,
sad. Yeah.
loved Legion of Skanks, was just really supportive, and it's
Good egg.
our heart goes out to her family and anyone that was friends with her, because she really was a good person. Also known as the Tennessee Dick Queen.
Is that right?
That's what we called her on the show.
TDQ.
I wish Jay would, obviously we'll bring this back up when we're next month, or when we're all back. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're off next week. But yeah, Leslie was awesome, and it was a real bummer.
Real bummer, man.
That's real sad.
Yeah,
Great lady. Also, probably, I'd say you're getting old. That's the first person I've had sex with that's dead.
Really?
I guess so. I mean, I can't think of any other people who've I've fucked that have died.
I don't know if I fucked anyone that's died. I should go do it.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, nice. You made it with Leia.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lightsaber.
Lou, Andy, have you?
No, I don't think so. Not to my knowledge.
Is this going to make all of us go back through our sex Rolodex and be like, "Are you dead?"
Some women I wish were dead.
If you could trade.
Yeah. But yeah, great in bed, Les. We're going to miss you.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Nick in Colorado, we don't have to take the call. He just asked if I'm tempted to go back to drinking. Sometimes. I think last night was a big fucking temptation, watching Lou and Norman
Make out.
Watching you guys kiss as passionately as you did.
Tuesdays with Stories is the best fucking podcast I've ever heard, Mark.
That was it.
I'm going to say it right here. You're not going to bang black dudes, so I love you more now.
One word. Chemistry.
Chemistry. You and Joe got chemistry. Those two losers are just getting high half the time. They don't even do show prep. They fucking suck. You guys know what you're doing, and you're capitalizing on it.
Don't tell the Bonfire guys, but you guys, I can listen to you all day.
I've listened to every episode. I've never listened to one of the Bonfire.
Listen, I know radio.
Yeah. We always find out Lou's working for fucking 17 other different shows, so sometimes it gets...
Everybody has side gigs.
Jacob, you weren't here, so I can ask this question. Have you slept with a woman that's dead? You paused way too long for that.
Uh-oh, how many shallow graves have you dug?
This is going to be the last thing that you do or do not enjoy.
After that night at the Underground when you had that G-string on or whatever, I bet you got some tail then.
Yeah, showing off that bod.
Great bod.
Great bod on Jacob. But you know what, Mark? You have a surprising torso, as I call it. I said it on the show. When we did Bonnaroo together, you went shirt off, and I was like, damn, Norman's got a torso.
It's one of the only things I'm like okay with on me is my torso.
I was relationship fat at the time, so
yes.
I didn't want to fuck.
Yeah, you had stepdad bod. You had shorts and flip-flops.
But then like a billowy t-shirt so you couldn't see my man tits at the time.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just a old Slayer shirt.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But back to the drinking thing, watching you, I told Lou up in the office there was a couple things that made me want to drink. Number one is that you could smoke inside.
No,
They're
that's
letting
right.
people smoke cigarettes inside, which is my favorite thing in the world.
That's the best.
And then number two, where the drinks were coming out in red Solo plastic cups.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know at 33 I'm not supposed to want, but I want more. I love drinking out of those.
And let's be honest, no one wants to comment on this, but we're comedians, we're anxious, we're introverts, we're insecure, and there's only comedians there. You want to be friendly, you want to be on, you want to be funny,
Yeah.
you want to have a good line, so the booze kind of loosens that up a bit.
And it got to the point where I started seeing people tilt a little, and I was like, I gotta get out of here.
You did the right thing, because I'm completely regretting the boozing. I got nothing out of it. Like, if I got laid, it'd be one thing, but I just got drunk for no reason.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than just drinking with no fucking end in sight.
You know what would bug me, though, because I love booze? I just love a cold beer. Yeah. Sitting on a beach with, like, a glass bottle of High Life in the sun. Oh, my God. That...
Baseball games for me.
Oh, baseball. That's
I'm
tough.
not even that big of a baseball fan.
Me neither.
But if I go to a game, I want a cold beer more than anything, even now. But I found out with drinking, as long as you get yourself a drink, like a soda or a water or a club soda, and you're out, that cuts it a lot.
I guess so.
Because then you're holding a fucking drink.
Right. But, boy, I went to a Rangers game. I've never been to a hockey game in my life. I had 6 of those giant Bud Lights. It was amazing.
Yeah, I used to love going to NFL games and fucking getting half in the bag, going to like the Meadowlands and watching the Niners lose to the Giants was always awesome because you do some drinking, you get on the bus, sneak a little flask, and then you get to the stadium, you know?
Can't beat it, baby.
Concerts I can't do sober. I've tried. I can't do a concert without drinking.
Yeah, I have to smoke weed if I'm at a concert.
Or weed, yeah.
I did mushrooms by myself at a Sturgill Simpson concert in Oakland. That was a new one.
That sounds all right.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it's you realize that's a drug you should do in pairs.
Yeah.
Mushrooms by yourself. Because I wanted to talk to everybody about how I just solved life.
Right.
And then everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy? My eyes are just like saucers.
You're just yelling at Sturgill. He's the only person you know.
We're connected right now. I knew it was weird when I walked outside. There was like this feeling of like, I'm on drugs and no one else is.
Yes, I'm sure that you weren't.
But sporting events, you're not a big football guy.
Nah, I mean, I love sports. I love the idea. I love going, that vibe, that energy. But
you love the idea of sports?
Yeah,
I like competition
I
with
like
a clear ending.
I like that it's like the best at their field going at it, the whole fucking battlefield aspect. But it's like, if they're on, I'm just like, I don't care.
I love football.
Yeah.
But I'm getting annoyed at how they're starting to like act. How they like market the NFL. It really is like, it's starting to annoy me in a weird way. Cause I read a news article today that they're gonna, I don't know if you have it, but, the NFL told Lady Gaga not to say anything, just to play the songs.
Huh. Well, I don't want her talking either.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but I also don't want, I'm not a fan of the halftime show. I know that's for the other people, but it's like, I care about the game, so it's weird when, I understand the point of the halftime show for the Super Bowl is to bring people in who are not football fans.
Sure.
But as a football fan, it's gotten past the point where it's like, now is it more for the halftime show or for the game?
You know what they should do for guys like you? The Grammys put some football in it. You know, if you're going to put a fucking...
Do an 8-man Kansas football, high school football team game.
You're going to put some fucking Adele in the halftime or Beyonce, then we should get some scrimmage during the Grammys.
How about even better? How about they do during the Grammys like the draft? Like they do like the first round of the draft in the middle of the Grammys.
Right.
So you're paying attention like, I want to know who the Niners and Philly are going to take.
Oh, that's not bad. They got Sherman. I don't believe it.
I don't know. Like, and then now best performance like the Golden Globes or the Oscars, fold some football, some sports into there.
Yeah.
But this was the article we were talking about that they said that the NFL asked Lady Gaga not to talk during halftime.
Okay.
And they're saying, like, basically they're not entertainment. I love that our source, that's how shitty journalism is.
Right.
First off, we should all be ashamed of ourselves, no matter what's happening. Entertainment Tonight is our source. Tesh, the old, Tesh and Hart School of Journalism.
Yeah, exactly.
Entertainment Tonight. Whose birthday's tomorrow?
Speaking of drunks, who was that guy on there who got fucking hammered?
Who got hammered on Entertainment Tonight?
Joe Namath?
No. He was like a host or something.
Wait, there was a drunk because there's nothing better than watching fake Hollywood shows.
Pat O'Brien.
Pat O'Brien got hammered on Entertainment Tonight?
No, he was just like...
Oh.
Betsy?
It's amazing. He was a real mess.
Please find drunk Pat.
There he is.
You are so fucking hot. I want to eat you. I want you to suck my cock.
Hold on. Pause that. Can you please find a clip of him being all smarmy on Entertainment Tonight to play side by side? Where he's like, whose birthday's coming up on Tuesday? I want to eat your pussy and shit on your face. And that mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Because those Hollywood shows, I always think about the dirt that they do. Because we know comics are pretty open with how
Sure.
big of pieces of shit they are.
You want his redemption?
Ooh.
No, he did have one before though. Have one before the
Redemption song.
Pat's redemption song. When you get too drunk and you say you want to eat a girl's box on the phone. Pat O'Brien chats with Newman. Oh, from Seinfeld?
It's
Paul Newman.
Oh, okay.
Paul Newman.
T. Newman.
It's got to be crazy to be like a womanizer guy with a mustache because it's like you're constantly smelling your finger all day long.
Maybe that's why they do that, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's the ultimate flavor saver.
The old cookie duster.
He's like, I remember when I was in that broom closet with that intern about 15 minutes ago, and now there he is.
Great time in New York City. I'll tell you something. For one thing, we got a lot for you today.
Pause it. It's that tone where he's like, and I'll tell you something else that I like. And then you go to a sex tape and you hear like, I want to suck your tits.
Right. But it'd be weird if he did it in that same rhythm.
He's like, I want to eat your butthole and lick your clit, you dirty slut. Hold on, play that.
Could you get Maria Shriver, P. Diddy, and Butch Cassidy all in one place?
All in one place. Yeah, please go to, and then.
I don't want my girlfriend to eat you. So fucking hot. You're fucking hot.
If he did that about his Hollywood news, where he's like, and here's some fucking hot. It's so hot. Paul Newman's got a new movie coming out. It's so fucking hot. I want to go watch your movie with my friend. My girlfriend's gonna watch your movie with me.
That was up there with the Hasselhoff. That was a good one too.
The best one is Gibson. You're supposed to blow me before jacuzzi.
Amazing. And then he calls her like a nigger Jew or something.
Yeah. Is that what he says he wants her to get gang raped? That's what it is.
Yeah.
You throw in the old G rape.
How about Mel Gibson's face during Meryl Streep's thing? Did you see that?
Yeah, him and Vince Vaughn. They were both not feeling it.
Not at all.
I mean,
looked like my audience in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, that was the best because they were both. Those guys were probably the least entertained by it because that's when they kept bringing up. Mm-hmm. But then they also showed his face during the Thomas Middleditch,
the Silicon Valley kid.
Oh no, is that him? No, I'm talking about Loki.
Hiddleston.
Aha.
They had similar faces during that. Where was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, more Pat Bryan. Can you find show his redemption?
Fucking bitch on heat. And if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault. All right?
What the hell was that?
I thought that was Pat O'Brien. And I go,
really?
No, that wasn't. That was Mel Gibson.
I got my racist confused.
Yeah, dude. You know what's funny is the first thought wasn't the crazy racist shit that he said. The first thought was like, oh man, Mel Gibson bit off Pat O'Brien. Like that wasn't even an original insult. Like, oh man, it's like when you found out Jay-Z took that line from Biggie, where you're like, oh no, I thought pimpin' was in your blood. I don't know. Biggie said it. God damn it. Oh, here is this his? Oh, this is.
So true or half true, all my secrets they think are.
Oh, it's just great to have it sandwiched on.
That I wanted to be in my voice and wanted to tell. And the story at the very end, and I don't care what you ask about, but at the end it's about redemption, and it's about letting people know. I mean, I was an alcoholic, a functioning alcoholic for a while, and then it got to the point where I couldn't function at all.
That's bullshit. He's horny. Why can't he just be like, I was super horny, and this girl's so hot?
Yeah, he didn't say anything wrong.
Why can't we be honest with just like, you have to get sober and change your glasses? Just fucking be.
Right.
Just be like, hey, yeah, this girl, oh, guys, I should have jerked off. Yeah. I would accept that. I would accept that as an apology.
Yeah.
If he was like, I should have just.
Should have jerked off I've said that to myself so many times. That is like, that's my mantra. I should have jerked off. Should have jerked off.
If you jerk off, it just changes. So much bad would go away.
It's so true.
In Japan, they have those nap pods where you can like take naps. We should be more, because there was the internet kiosks on the street.
That's
and
right.
All those homeless guys were beating off to it. Which is hilarious, because I saw a guy doing it outside the stand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up on 19th and 3rd.
Did you catch the screen at all?
He was just fucking going. He was just fever beating.
Oh, man.
He was being unapologetic. He was unapologetically masturbating.
Wow.
On 19th and 3rd. But I think there should be rooms for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it would cut down on rape, cheating, all that shit, just anger in general. You'd be a more relaxed society.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that back in the old days, jerking off was like a sin. I mean, it's still a sin, but it was like, you'll go blind, your hands are going to fall off, you're going to go gay or whatever the hell.
Yeah, you're just basically sexually popping a zit.
Yes.
That's not going to irritate you anymore.
It's like that Louis joke. I just have to come so I don't murder people.
Yeah.
It's so true.
We should have jerk booths.
Jerk booth.
Let's get jerk booths on the ballot for 2018.
Also, I was thinking about this. Oh, there you go. Pat O'Brien, Mel Gibson, David Hasselhoff all had their big drunk, fall off the wagon, just piece of shit moment. Jimmy Fallon is next.
You think so? You're calling it?
I'm calling it because that guy is a booze hound. I've seen him falling out of bars in this goddamn city.
Yep. But is it like I guess, is it like Arthur cute?
It is kind of cute.
Well, like well, maybe if I was kissing you, you would understand better.
Like, Mr. Fallon, you have to go home.
Yeah.
What if my home was on top of your home?
You're like, all right, I get it, but seriously, I'm worried about you.
Yeah, but he would be fun.
He's injured his hand.
Yes.
They said that was due to...
That was boozing, and I'm not going to say who, but a friend of mine wrote for the show, and he was like, every day, he was like, ice pack on the head, popping Advil, just hungover, and then by 4 o'clock, he nails it.
He's just that good.
He's that good.
But that's like old-timey show business people. They used to do... Johnny Carson was a fucking booze bag.
That's true, yeah.
Johnny Carson was like, would just get hammered. They used to smoke cigarettes on... Yeah, that's... Why can't... This goes back to the NFL conversation we were having. Jacob and I were having up in the office, but it's like, why can't Jimmy Fallon just be an open, like, I'm a fucking booze bag.
I know,
and
right?
I'm fun.
Sponsored by Budweiser.
Yeah, like, bring it. I'm going to get drunk. We're going to play drinking games.
Yes.
It's fun. If I'm going to die. The way NFL players can't be just like fucking brutes, just like, I'm going to knock the shit out of this guy.
Right.
If they're like violent towards each other off the field, they're like, obviously domestic abuse, they shouldn't be fighting their wives.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like Neil Brennan.
Up. Yeah, that's a great joke.
Neil Brennan just put up, check it out, his new special on Netflix,
Very
3
funny.
Mics. Very funny. But he has the joke where he's like, that football player just played football at the wrong time.
Yeah, right.
But it really is. It's like, and also with drunks, why can't we just...
Can I be drunk? It's legal.
I'm pretty open with my pot use.
Right.
I'm not like dinged for it. It's not like secret. Like, I think Dan's high. I'm like, I don't remember talking to you. Like, I'll tell people like I had to leave because I was high.
I feel people are also more quick to forgive you if you own something too.
Yeah.
You're just like, I just did that. I'm sorry. This is who I am.
Well, that's why it's always those preachers that are like, homosexuals are the devil, and I hate them, and then they're caught blowing 3 fucking male prostitutes in a motel room, and it's like, just say you're gay.
Yes.
Just say you're like. There's a big rumor that Aaron Rodgers is gay.
I've heard
There's
that.
a very big rumor in the NFL. It's been like on other things where maybe he's gay. Why not be gay? He's one of the best football players out there.
I know.
It would do wonder. I mean, yes, there would be backlash, but ultimately, I think, and this is my opinion, for the gay community, wouldn't that be great to have a fucking badass quarterback who's like, and I'm sucking dicks.
And he's hot. You got the whole package.
Yeah.
Duty, homos. This is probably an ignorant statement, but...
let him go. We say shit all the time.
All right. And, just throwing it out there. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Don't call me a bigot. That's what we do. We just go right to bigot now.
Yeah.
Just trying to learn.
We're the complain generation.
Yes, we really are. So, I blame Yelp. But, so, if he's gay, that's pretty cool to be in that locker room. I mean, that's just a perk.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how could it not be? It's just dicks flying.
Hey, listen, I understand there's going to be people that are very uncomfortable if he comes out. Like, hey, he's in the same room as me. Like, there's that still, like, and that's a normal, like, hey, I'm not, if someone's not cool with that, I'm not going to be like, you bigot.
Right.
I'm like, no, I get it. Just, if you go change somewhere else. But, yeah, that's got to be a kid in a candy shop.
Isn't that
especially in NFL locker room? They're all jacked and hung.
Exactly.
So it's like, when you used to go through a car wash and they'd like hit your car, it'd be like dicks.
Yeah.
You just go through like a dick wash.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is like, line up, line. And it's like,
he's going through their legs. They're all lined up. His balls and
time to set up. Do you think that's what is that his nap? When he's napping on the couch and he's like sleeping, he's like, that would be great. And then he wakes up, he's like, no, I can't.
Isn't it weird how we're so weirded out by people who are attracted to art? Like, if a girl walks in on you changing, you're like, oh, shit, what are you doing? But she might not be into you, but just because she's into men, it freaks you out.
Yeah,
it's a weird state.
Well, I think that's what every person feels like, oh, well, then they're probably going to check me out sexually.
Right.
Until you start... That's what you have to get kicked down enough that where you don't think that all the time. That's why I think hot people become terrible old people is because they're not kicked down enough when they're young and they're just thinking that is. And then when the hot wears off, that's why they either go to plastic surgery or they just become unbearable assholes.
I'd never thought about hot old people.
Former hot?
Yeah.
Former hot is great. They're real pieces of shit.
Really?
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't understand why the world's not bending to them anymore.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you used to make boners, and now that factory's broken.
Yes.
You're not.
Interesting.
But then it's like, and for men too, like hot, older, dumb dudes.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever met an older man that's kind of dumb, and you're like, how did you survive? And then you see a picture of him when he's 20, and you're like, oh, you were just dicking the world to death.
Right.
Yeah, you were just getting everything.
It's like Seinfeld says, you never see any handsome homeless.
Yeah, it is. It's a Darwinistic trait. It's a survival trait. If you're hot, you'll survive if you're even kind of smart.
Right. That's why it's so annoying when you hear all this bullshit like, looks don't matter. It's
Fuck
all
yes,
about the
they do.
inside. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's biology. We're humans. We're attracted to this. It's power.
Yeah, you're not like, let's have a conversation first, then I'll judge you on your appearance. Like,
yeah.
When I see a hot girl, it still gets me fucking like giddy, like a 12-year-old. If I see a really hot girl in New York, I'm like, oh boy.
We do it all the time. You're on the subway and you're just looking around and you go, there's one hot girl over there. Everybody immediately knows it.
Yeah, wait, play that Pat O'Brien again. That's my inner thoughts. Was that O'Brien or?
Suck your pussy.
We've all been there.
I want to fucking suck it. It's the change of tones that makes me think it.
I'm pretty sure I've said that too.
Oh, who has it? I want to suck your pussy. I didn't realize you could suck a pussy until a Biggie lyric where he's like, got him sucked like a pussy, stab you to your gushy. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess you could suck a pussy.
Can you cut that to him saying that and then have the theme music click on?
Yeah.
Want to suck your pussy.
Guess who's 46 on Wednesday?
I want to suck your pussy.
I want to suck your pussy. We got a guest coming in. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Mark Norman sitting in for Big J. It's the Bonfire. Woo! Are you going to do a read?
Yes.
Yeah, where's Greg? That was fun.
Get another woman up. Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy. Get some coke. So you get this message.
If you've never done it, it's time to discover where audiobooks can take you. Wow, I really thought that sentence ended before it did. Audible orders an incredible selection of genres and authors, from ghost stories and Grisham to romances and Rowling. Rowling? You get it. There's something for every taste, and they're all performed by talented actors and narrators. You can try your first one free by visiting audible.com/serious. What makes listening a step beyond reading is that once you download the Audible app to your smartphone or tablet, you can escape with a story anytime, anywhere. Grocery shopping becomes a lot more fun. Even a weekday rush hour commute becomes another chance to get deeper into your favorite story. Audible makes it easy to get more books in your life and experience them in a new way. Man, I really try to keep this like energetic read up, and I'm just really gassing out. Members also enjoy outstanding customer service because Audible is an Amazon company that works hard to give people what they need. Whether it's answers to account questions or book recommendations, there's always someone there to talk to. Or if you just want to chat. If you just want to have a conversation. Experience it yourself. Start a 30-day risk-free trial and choose your first audiobook absolutely free. I'm having spit build up on the side of my mouth. Go to audible.com/serious. How excited are you for me to do this last read? Yeah, we built the suspense. So I have a quick question for you, TV lovers out there. Is it tough to record all the shows you want to watch? Well, is it? Does it seem like your DVR is always full? The fake laugh after it just makes it sound great and mischievous. And everyone else in the family is getting to record their shows but you? Sorry, I should have done that from the top.
I want to suck your pussy. Does that ruin it?
No, it makes it so great. You just made it so much better. Then it's time you got the Hapa 3 from Tish. Well, they must have asked a bunch of families what the perfect DVR would have been. I wish I should go into my Pat O'Brien Entertainment Tonight voice. Well, they must have asked a bunch of families what the perfect DVR would have been. Because the Hopper 3 from Dish has up to 2,000 hours of space. So the whole family can record the stuff they want to watch without worrying about deleting each other's show. And the best thing about the Hopper 3 from Dish, you can watch and record up to 16 shows at the same time. No, I'm not exaggerating. What are you waiting for? Call 1-844-CALL-DISH, or you can literally record up to 16 shows. Literally, it's amazing, right? With the Hopper 3 from Dish, everyone's shows gets recorded. So quit missing out on your favorite shows and movies. Get worry-free TV with the Hopper 3 from Dish. Just call 1-844-CALL-DISH or visit dish.com to sign up. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Suck my cock. Lead off in your face.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J. Oakerson and Dan Soder.
Mark Norman Wednesday on the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. I'm Dan Soder, in for Big J. Oakerson, our friend Mark Norman.
Hey.
Picking the music, and that was Rebirth Brass Band. Is it the...
Nailed it.
Is it the theme song of Treme?
I don't know. It sounds like, but they all sound
Jacob
the same.
seems to think so.
It's like Indian music. It's all the same shit.
Wait, which kind of Indian music? Because there's like the hanya, hanya. There's like that, and then there's like the well, the Native American, native.
Oh.
Well, I don't think they do that, but yeah, but you know, kind of that.
All right.
In the studio, guest, friend, confidant, lover, Greg Stone.
Stone Zone.
From the Rad Dude Cast.
From the Rad Dude Cast.
From the Rad Dude
Cast.
Cast.
From my room.
From your room with Anthony DeVito and Brendan Ayer.
Oh, yeah.
Great show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Am I mistaken, or do you have Jimmy Smits in today?
Oh, big Jimmy.
How'd you get him in?
Oh, are you talking about? All right.
Oh, did I blow that?
No.
All right.
Did you wait?
I have
legitimately the actor Jimmy Smits.
Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Why don't I just tell you the story and you take from what you want?
Okay.
I'll just say what I'll say, and then however you want to interpret it. I was on Facebook. I see this guy. Someone's like, Louis C.K. I'm doing it on Louis C.K. He loves me. So then I get on. I'm doing a show by myself.
Yeah.
No one's in the room. Just one guy. I'm performing the hell out of it. I think I'm bombing. Turn the lights on. Who's sitting there? Jimmy Smits.
Whoa!
Big Jimmy Smits. Big bad Jimmy Smits. So I go, Jimmy, what an honor. And he says, honor is mine. A show such as this. I can't believe it. I think it's over. 6 a.m. I get a phone call. Okay, none of this is true.
Okay. Yeah, this is a dream,
I have
right?
just been telling people that I am best friends with Jimmy Smits.
And it just works?
And people have just been calling me like, dude, man, like I'm such a fan, whatever.
Are you serious?
So then
I bought it.
So then I just did Jimmy Smits on the podcast for 1 hour.
What's your Jimmy Smits?
Yeah, it's the same as this. It's Hermano. How are you guys doing? It's Jimmy. I mean, it's that. That's as
Can you
much.
bring up some actual Jimmy Smits to see how fucking close to that is?
I want to suck your pussy.
Yeah, you just do a vampire?
Sound like
you guys.
Dracula.
Such a fan.
We're to catch you up. We've from Entertainment Tonight, Pat O'Brien had like a leaked sex tape when he was drunk, so we've just been quoting that.
Oh,
and
that's
he tells
great.
a girl he wants to suck her pussy. So it's not Norman saying he just wants to suck your pussy in
Right.
the Count Dracula voice.
No,
Some context.
There's some context for you.
But I mean, I am so far in on this Jimmy Smits thing that
I
I
like this-
believe it's true. I'm starting to believe it.
Are you? This becomes like stalker. You're not going to shoot him.
No, I'm not going to shoot him. I'm just going to be his friend because he probably would be my friend.
Do you think Jimmy Smits would be friends?
Of
with you?
course. Also, by the way, so I put up this thing. I said, because I'm just thinking, this is how I'll promote the podcast. I'll tell everybody Jimmy Smits is on it. We'll do the thing. We just do characters on the cast. I go, you ever believe what's going to happen? Next thing I know it, I'm getting a phone call from Ronnie B. And he's like, what's going on? What's going on? So then I got to tell him, like, how far do I go with this lie?
Oh,
about
wait.
Jimmy.
Ron Bennington called
Bennington
you.
calls me
About
now I'm
Jimmy
on the air.
Smith. we have Jimmy Smith. Here's what Jimmy Smith's actual voice sounds like.
Time for me in my life because although my mother spoke Spanish, it wasn't the first language at home.
All right, now give me some Jimmy Smits.
You guys are such good guys. You guys are great guys.
Yeah, no, it's not matching up. That's not matching up whatsoever.
Perfect celebrity to choose, though. It's like you know him, but you don't know him.
Just enough.
I was just thinking we should, people should start doing this. Just start saying you're friends with random low celebrities. Right. It builds their profile up.
Yes.
And it makes you feel like you got a cool friend. I'm picking Judge Reinhold.
That's a good one. That's a huge one.
Good one.
I just feel like that could
Judge
happen.
Reinhold is big.
Good one.
Judge Reinhold, I loved him in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
I loved him in so much. Vice versa with Fred Savage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just going to go Judge Reinhold. Who are you going?
I'm going Buddy Ames.
Buddy Ames?
Of Charles in Charge.
Bible man?
Wait, is it Willie Ames or
Willie
Buddy
Ames.
Willie. Buddy was his name.
Buddy was his name on the
Yeah.
show. I'm going Willie Ames.
You're going to go, so we're all doing 80s.
My go-to, every time I'm at a bar, I always like to slowly bring up that my dad was a musician, he used to do stuff, and then I back off, and then later people go, they'll always try to like follow up, like, man, who is he? He goes like, you never heard of him. Yeah, this guy, G.G. Allen, no big deal, right? We go, G.G. Allen, yeah, he used to like shit and throw it at the crowd, like it was his whole thing, like piss in people's mouths. I don't want to get into it. It's a big thing. G.G. Allen, my favorite go-to at a bar.
That is a great one. Greg and I took edibles this summer.
Oh yeah,
and we were listening. We got into yacht rock, and I said that. Baker Street.
Baker Street.
We said that was going to be my new go-to. I was going to say that my dad was the sax player. What's the band that does?
Yeah.
Who's the band? Jay would know. I mean, Jay would punch all of us in the face for not knowing this.
Baker Street might be is that band?
Jerry Rafferty.
Jerry Rafferty.
Ooh,
yes.
good one.
Yeah,
because that's one where you're like, yeah, Jerry Rafferty. My dad played sax in Jerry Rafferty's band.
The biggest sax of all time.
But it's a big sax lick that you'd be like, I know that.
Right.
And then you could even put it on if you met a girl and you like put it on. You're like, hold on. And you're like, this isn't my dad. You'll know when he comes in.
Right.
He's like, he's really humble about it, and he teaches classes now to kids. But it's here it comes.
Such a great lick.
That put me through college.
That
brought me my
ride
first
right to fucking heaven. That is just
I'll tell you this. That was one of my favorite experiences. We ate a lot of edibles and just opened the windows of my apartment and we're just listening to yacht rock
in the dark.
It got dark.
So dark. We never put the lights on. It just left it off.
Vecchione came home and we were just listening to yacht rock, and it was like a summer evening.
Oh God!
Right when I hear that sax, I just picture making out with a girl, and right when it kicks in, you put a hand like up the thigh of a dress,
and pull her in,
and she gives you the nod, the Boba Fett, like yes,
right,
it's happening.
Right. It's so sensual.
All right, so we're sticking with. So you got Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smits I believe is my friend now,
and it's working.
Yeah,
I mean, I've lied to myself enough now that it's like, oh, it's just true. He's just my friend.
Will you create internet phenomena? I'm finding out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, my man.
So what is this fucking
is
thing?
Too good.
By the way, follow us at the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And are you at Greg? What are you?
Stone _
At Greg Stone _ on Twitter. At Mark Norm NORM on Twitter, and of course at Dan Soder. But Greg Stone creating an internet phenomena.
I was with Joe List. We're at List. We're on the road. We were doing. I forgot what the fuck we were doing. Maybe it was New Year's.
Yeah.
Middle of a fucking rest stop.
Okay, keep going.
Don't blow it. Don't blow it. Save it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We're somewhere in the middle, whatever, and then I'm just staring at this kid online because he's the McDonald's cashier and he can't be more than 11 years old. He cannot be more than 11 years old. I'm not joking. And I'm staring at him. He's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like. And then Joe's over, and I'm just laughing in this kid's face.
Yeah.
Because I can't control him. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just like, you're a child. You are a child.
Bring up the picture, Andy.
He can barely see over the screen.
He can't.
Look at that.
He's reaching over the screen
God.
to give money.
And he's fat and cute.
So cute.
He is fat and cute. It looks like a sitcom kid that would play. Also,
he's in The Sandlot or something.
Yes. Yeah, he looks like the great Hambino.
Yes.
In Sandlot.
Yes.
He looks exactly like that. And he looks like a kid. Yeah. Lou, is that your...
Also, staring right at the picture.
Oh,
Clearly sees me.
Well, tell him how you got the photo. That part's great.
So he's... So I just laughing, and Joe's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, "This McDonald's is now hiring legitimate children. That is a child." And you could see Joe pan, like he looks over the fry person. He's like, "Well, that's just like a Spanish guy. Looks kind of young, but not a big deal. Oh, that's a young girl, not a big deal." And then you see him click, and he just goes, like, just loses it. So I'm trying to take a picture. As I'm trying to take a picture, I'm trying to pretend like I'm doing a selfie.
Yeah.
And I take the selfie, and my excuse was, "There it is. We took all the pictures of McDonald's." Like, we were just going around. I don't know. It's just what came into my mind. And I was like, he's not going to care. Blah, blah, blah. He literally looks right at the fucking screen. I snap it. And then I have to order. And him and his mom, there had to have been a mom
that makes sense.
situation where it's like, maybe it's a bring your kid to work, or it's a...
He looks like a kid dressed as a McDonald's worker for Halloween.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't comfortable giving him my money. I was like, I used to do this, put on a McDonald's shirt, steal people's money. This is what you do. You know, this is like a good gag.
Lorraine, I'm going to grab a shift at the truck stop.
I love how he's assisting a customer in this transaction.
Yes.
He's holding a receipt.
Yeah.
He goes like this.
Miss, I said number 264.
I said, look at it.
Can I tell you?
Was he a pro, though? Was he, like, doing the machine and knew how to do it?
Look me in the face when I tell you this. I've never seen a man faster on the register.
Come on!
That kid knew. It was like he was just punching shit.
Do you think he was born at that McDonald's?
He was born, in that back room.
Yeah.
And he was just the placenta on the screen.
They put him to work like Conan on the wheel.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you will become the greatest McDonald's truck stop worker of all time.
Dude, that kid, by the time...
What is best in life? A supersized fry and a McFlurry filled with M&Ms. Correct, Conan.
Yeah, that's fucking insane that child. So you think his mom maybe was the manager and then she just like gave him a shift?
Maybe
she
it was
just threw him an afternoon shift?
It's gotta be
She was like, I can't leave him home. I'm bringing him to work.
Yeah, might as well learn the family trade.
Yeah, damn right. Maybe it was like a school to work thing. Maybe it's like an Andy Milonakis situation. But I don't think so.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Maybe. But he looked young.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the picture. We're tweeting it out at the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I just said all those things. We're probably just gonna do Twitter.
No, this is taking over. It's like, you know, Facebook's like, this post is getting 900 more likes than the rest of them.
Yeah.
This thing is blowing up. This kid is huge. I think he's getting laid off this thing.
Let's get him on Kimmel.
Yes.
Yeah.
How great would that
Let's
be?
get him on Kimmel.
Kimmel's friends with Milonakis, too.
Yeah, they need to get it. Let's find out more about this mystery McDonald's boy.
And I feel like we got to use him for good.
For good.
Like, we got to take him and, like, make him work at a brothel. Because if
Yeah.
he's actually that old, let's fucking have some fun with it.
Oh, if he's like a young kid?
No, I mean, if he's, like, 30 and he just has that
yeah.
disease,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Gary Coleman disease.
Yeah, you want to give him a man show boy experience.
Exactly.
Where he goes and has
Exactly.
fun. Yeah, no, totally.
I gotta say though, man, I looked in his face, and with those guys, sometimes you can kind of see the secret aging.
Right.
I was like, no, this is a boy.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate boy who's just here working, probably to save his family. You know,
Right.
maybe. Like, God bless him.
I mean, if
God
it's a
bless him.
Springsteen song, then yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a McDonald's. Dildo bag. I wrote my dildo bag.
It sucks if he's mad at you. He's like, I got to put a pube in this guy's. Ah, shit.
Oh, yeah. He's probably
He can't do it. He's like, I got nothing.
But I also bet he's got a quicker hair trigger to do gross shit to food because
Right.
he thinks it's funnier.
Yeah. He's got a loogie chambered.
Oh, it'd be great to hear him argue about shifts with one of his coworkers.
This motherfucker taking all my night shifts. I told you I wanted night shifts. He's like, yeah, well, guess what? I'm employee of the month.
I have Little League. I can't come in at night.
I also have my spelling test, and you're stressing me out right now.
Man, when I was younger, Anthony DeVito and I, in high school, we did this thing where I thought this was happening. We just put on shirts and ties, went to the mall, and then just went behind the register at Macy's, and we were just like, we like filmed it. We were like, this will be a fun gag. DeVito gets behind the register, goes, I can take the next customer. The person's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm from corporate. We just pretended to work at a Macy's.
Whoa.
For how long?
About 3 or 4 hours.
What?
We did real work. We legitimately reorganized the comforters. Yeah, it was like, we just thought this would be like, this is like when CKY was all happening. And we were like, we're doing the pranks like them. And like,
But you're helping them. You're working for
those-
free.
we work for free.
It's like that Dana Carvey sketch where they go up to McDonald's, they pay, and then they run off without getting the food, and they're like, we got him.
I love that sketch.
That's a great sketch.
Also, that's great that you just did a prank where you helped out a guy who probably was hungover like Norman is. And he's just like, who are these angels?
Yeah, because we weren't jerks. Like, we couldn't do
You were
mean
good
pranks.
employees.
Right.
So we were like, hey, we went up to, it was Dippin' Dots.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
went up to the Dippin' Dots cart, and we were like, hey, we're here to help you with sales. Like, we're from corporate.
You just used
And-
corporate, and you guys were 15, 16?
Something like that.
Okay.
And, like, literally just taking Dippin' Dots. We did like a Dippin' Dots rap at these black kids that walked by. Hey, it wasn't racist, but they were like rap type kids. But,
You guys are from corporate. You guys are marketing.
The lady was like, we literally walked into the bathroom because she was getting weird. We walked into the bathroom. As we're walking in the bathroom, 2 cops walked in and we walked out. So like we walked out in different clothes as they were walking in. Like,
Wait, you guys changed in the bathroom?
yeah. We changed in like the mall bathroom. Like they were clearly coming after us.
Cops, police, you got to get here. There's these 2 well-behaved boys doing different jobs around the mall.
Helping with sales.
And for those of you who are too young to know, CKY was basically the prologue. I'm dumb. It was the first
Predecessor?
the prequel to Jackass.
Yeah.
That was
Can't
all
kill
Bam
yourself.
Margera and Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Ryan Dunn. But there was no prank to that.
No, and that's why we thought it was so funny.
Because when we were a teenager, we would shut off the electric doors at grocery stores. So you just go and you click it. You click,
oh yeah!
You click
really?
it southwest, and it locks the door so it doesn't automatically open. And people have a lot of trust in automatic doors.
Yeah,
yes.
And so we would just smoke cigarettes outside and watch people fucking go right into the door. And damn, that was fun. And I felt bad one time because there was a little kid standing up in a cart, and the mom jammed it into the door, and the kid just went down. But you know, it was worth it.
He'll get a job at McDonald's soon.
Yeah, he's probably working. I mean, that picture is. And you didn't talk to him beyond just taking the picture?
Not really, just took the order.
Can you tell us what rest stop it was?
I
have so many questions for this kid. I wish you would call in. Call in if you know this kid.
What's we have
upstate, right?
We have a lot of truckers that listen to us. They could stop and fucking get a number.
We were coming from Albany, but if they all look the same now, like I feel like it's kind of wooden, and they've got an escalator.
Was it on what interstate? 95?
If you ask List will know. Let me text List.
I think it was toward Albany or something.
Yeah, that's 87.
87.
Yeah. You know, I don't even know where I am.
There's
now.
a million up there.
Great. Now there's going to be a bunch of truckers thirsty for knowledge and looking for this little boy working at McDonald's.
That's a therapy. Yeah, you just put a death mark out on this kid.
No, not at all. But
have you seen a fat kid who looks like he smells like fries?
Yeah, we got to find him. I need to know his story.
Yeah.
I want to know his song, his swan song.
Right now, this kid's sitting in a race car bed going, "When am I going to make a mark on the world?" He has no idea. He's a fucking famous.
Yeah, he's got the same credit I just got. He's just on the Bonfire. This is my first time here. We were both on the same fucking time.
I think, and I'm not going to lie, I think he's going to get more retweets than you are. Where the fuck did you find this, Lou? On Barstool's? We have a video of a little girl punching a tree with her bare hands and just saying some psychotic shit while she does it. Again, follow us at the Bonfire SXM on Twitter and Instagram. We'll put this up. Just a girl, and she's doing boxing moves.
Damn, she's good.
Yeah, she's really good. How old is she?
Doesn't say. I don't know. What would you guess?
Can you go full screen? I can't really see her.
Can't go. It's Instagram.
Is that cornrows? That's not a good sign.
Oh, that means her dad's out there making her do this. Oh, God.
Oh, no!
Oh, she's punching the
I don't like that sound.
I hope it cracks like in Bloodsport.
Yeah.
The tree or her hand?
I get the tree. Look, it's shaking.
She's definitely Russian.
Yes.
You know, you go out there and punch tree.
Yes.
Punch tree till tree falls.
Oh, my God.
Dude.
Holy shit.
We gotta hook her up with the McDonald's.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. Come on. Oh, my God.
She is knocking the shit.
I want to suck your pussy.
Sabacas, a revolution in sport.
That tree is just like, please.
Wait, that was a
commercial?
That was a commercial? Was that real or fake? There's so many real children. Or are children amazing? Is it fake? I don't know what it is. I want to believe in the children. They're our future. But I don't know if if McDonald's kid is real or just has some sad disease.
Oh, my
or
God.
this girl is in a deep...
she's like punching the tree off.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like where Scorpion fought, like, what's his name in a Mortal Kombat movie.
That's right.
Yeah, Luke Cage. This is not very green, by the way.
Is she American? Because you're
Can't
right.
be. No way.
That's
Can't
got to
be.
be
No way.
Eastern European.
She's making weird noises.
She's a tiny white girl with weird dreads in the middle of the forest fighting. Maybe
Russia really is, and all that Eastern European, it's really where the tough white people are left, because they're not here.
No.
It's all over there.
Well, here they just say literally a bunch, and they're like, "You're literally going to do that," and they're like, "We go out to forest to train daughters to fight.
You punch unpunchable until hand bleeds.
Your fist becomes strong like willpower. You will crush.
Fist break or tree break.
Yeah, you either tree break or you eat."
Yeah, you know, in Russia, beer just got classified as an alcoholic beverage in like 2012. Yeah! That's a true fact.
Yeah.
Oh, they go hard.
I love
it.
And just smoke butts all the time, and they fight trees. And I got to find out. We got to do more research because first off, I want to find out if that girl is from Eastern Europe, and number two, we have to find out where McDonald's kid lives.
Somewhere near Socrates, Liz said. Socrates. I don't know if there's how many are around
That sounds like
Philosopher?
a fucking, like a shitty philosopher. He's like,
but Socrates.
I'm Socrates.
It's like, philosophy T-shirts. The Socrates.
That's a great idea.
Is it?
Don't shit on yourself. God damn it, Greg. Don't come down on yourself.
Yeah, I got to, baby.
That, I want to fucking find out more about these kids. What's that?
I'm tracking her down.
All right.
Wait, you really Merkface Andy fucking going?
Got a website. I mean, just
what's the plan though?
She has a website.
And what was the commercial for?
Was she really fighting that tree, or is she like? Oh, maybe she's a girl with one of those old, like an Andy Milonakis disease, but she's just super in shape.
Yeah.
Maybe she's a grown ass woman
Dude,
handling
she was punching
trees.
the bark off that tree. So that was. I mean, you can't fake that.
At the Bonfire SXM on Twitter, Instagram, if you want to see us.
Yeah.
But it was. Is this bullshit?
This is the.
That's her.
Sadvakis.com. Sadvakis was the account that posted the Instagram video.
Okay.
So this is their website.
So she is
crazy.
A circus child.
Ah, she's a carny.
That's what it is. There's so much good marketing now that they can look like a product when really she's just a carny.
Yeah.
Who wants to come fight the tough girl? Fight the tough girl? Go in the tent. Can you go around with the tough girl? She punches bark off a tree. Her pussy could snap a walnut. She's only 14 years old. If you beat her, you take her virginity. Carny law.
There's the video. Here's another video posted on the website of the thing they're selling with this.
What is that?
Where it's just people breathing weird.
What the fuck?
It looks like it's some sort of like child UFC training.
It's just her just knocking the shit out of her bag as her dad just does a weird workout. What is it?
What the fuck?
It's a weight that he just jiggles. He's jacked.
Yeah, great arms.
Yeah, it's definitely Eastern Europe. They got kind of like Gennady Golovkin face.
Yeah, there's no way to regulate how to do that move.
How to use Ivnik. Ivnik is born from tree. Use tree to beat.
What the fuck? It's like their shake weight.
It really is. Give the handlebar of the Ivnik simulator with your hand. Pull fast as simulation begin. Bend your arm at elbow.
At elbow.
And shown in figure.
I don't know what that is.
Destroy American pigs. That's weird that that's in there.
You think pedophiles, because that kid's young.
Yeah.
You think pedophiles prefer jacked kids the way women like jacked guys?
I think they like their meat soft and tender.
Oh, like McDonald's
Like
kid.
veal.
Boys
Yeah.
is a premium.
Really?
McDonald's?
That's
Wait,
not
so-
dollar menu child.
Who
That's
is?
a premium sandwich.
But he's chubby
McDonald's
as fuck.
boy. Yeah, cuddly.
Yeah, but it goes back to the Victorian era where like fat women, it was a sign of class that you could get that fat.
Yes.
It's a sign of health and wealth.
But I don't know. I mean, you think pedophiles, they're like, like a jacked girl like that in Russia. You see her work that tree and you're like, ooh, that's
I mean, they must.
Degree of difficulty.
It's a challenge.
So that's a motivated pedophile. It's like, I'm gonna get,
he's trying to get better.
There's a training montage for her.
children. Like, if I could take this kid, I could take any kid.
It's an Evnik of children.
He ordered the Evnik.
I wonder if pedophiles see a kid in a suit and they're like, I want a fucking big lollipop and a hat with a propeller on it. Overalls.
They have to. I'm assuming most pedophiles don't want a mature child.
Yes, like if he's got a briefcase, it like hurts your boner. You know?
Maybe that's the trick for pedophile. We stop pedophiles by giving kids not backpacks but briefcases.
Yeah, dress them up as adults.
Yeah,
Let them get them a job.
Let them learn the economy young. They can They can board the pedophiles.
Yeah,
to death.
he's got a Wall Street Journal under his arm.
Yeah,
McDonald's kid's probably a turnoff. He's like, you got a job? What are you doing?
Right,
he's just killing it for me.
You're too much of an adult.
Yeah,
where's your friends that still build forts?
Yeah.
I want a fucking a fort. I don't want a fucking apartment that you can rent because you have enough room for it.
Paschetti, you idiot.
He's like, get in my van. He's like, I'll just Uber.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
I have a driver.
Right.
I've been working since I was 9.
Yeah.
I franchised this McDonald's.
Yeah.
Candy, I'm saving. I got a 401k. What are you talking about?
I have a weight problem.
Yeah.
You can check out Greg Stone on the Rad Dude Cast. which you can find on iTunes, and then follow him on Twitter at @GregStone_. And then, of course, Mark Norman was on the podcast Tuesdays with Stories with our friend Joe List, available on iTunes. And also, you can catch him coming up live at Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie, Rumors in Winnipeg, and Magoobies in Baltimore. And then one of the best clubs in the country, Helium, in Philly. Go to tickets and all tour dates. Go to marknormancomedy.com. And then, of course, follow him at Mark Norm. And do you want to make the announcement now?
Oh, sure, yeah.
You got an air? You got something big coming up?
Yeah.
I'll be at Helium tomorrow through Saturday, and then I'm going to be at Laughs in Seattle. I appreciate it. We usually do this thing, but we'll cut the shit. Let's get to the big announcement. We got a drum roll, Lou?
Oh, boy, it's not that cool.
No?
All right.
This is pretty good. Mark Norman's got an hour Comedy Central special. Mark's, when's it coming out?
April 10th. You can't see it, but Greg and Dan are kissing.
I'm holding them close. April 10th on Comedy Central. You can check out Mark Norman's hour special, Don't Be Yourself.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. And that's, I didn't even get to go. I was jealous I didn't get to go, but you filmed it in New York at
a synagogue. It went great.
Where they did Like a Prayer, right?
Yes, they did. And Florence and the Machine did a video there. Sarah Jessica Parker got married there. It's like a beautiful room.
And did you go to a show?
No, I didn't even. I knew it happened, but I didn't know it was happening when it happened. I didn't know. I would love to go. You know,
we'd love to have you.
But April 10th, the special comes out.
Yeah,
you're excited. I mean,
pretty pumped. I've been editing for the last month, which is fucking brutal.
It's the worst thing in the world.
I mean, you guys, all the drops you play on this, I had to cut all that shit out. Like just the I had to edit all of them. It was like literally like 800 of those.
And you have to sit. Did you sit alone in a room and do it, or did you go?
There was a guy in there, but I was like, get rid of it, cut that.
I was lucky because the guy editing mine was in L.A., so they just send it to me, and then I'd write notes. But I was by myself, so I didn't have to like. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was, Vecchione came home at one point, and I was just like, "This is the grossest thing." Because you're just
tough.
Watching your fucking special,
and you're just jerking off.
And you're, oh, Mike, don't come in. Oh, I'm just checking my diction. Oh,
yeah. But it was tough. Just if you watch my special, there's a lot of me mouthing, but there's no audible.
What, you cut it out?
Yeah, I had to cut it out because it was like ruining the special.
Was it though, or is it just you?
It might have been just me, but
has it changed the way you perform now?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Now I'm conscious of all of them, and like I do a nervous giggle. If you watch my Colbert set on YouTube, you can hear after every joke I'm nervous that I won't get a laugh, so I go, sounds like I'm coming.
Yeah.
And all the comments are like, "What's up with that nervous giggle? This douche, I hate him."
No. Those are monsters. Those are monsters talking.
Right.
You know in your head.
I can't stand them either.
But here's good news about an hour special. It's way less criticized than a fucking late night set on YouTube.
That's true. That's a 5-minute in and out thing.
5-minute in and out. Not really a good judge of the act. And
right.
then, it's good to do. But also the comments, the hour special, I don't think people really... It's like Comedian in the documentary where Jerry Seinfeld's like, more people call me
right
when I did Letterman than
That's
my last
true.
special, and that was 10,000 times harder. And for some reason, those fucking late night sets, people really just can dig into them.
I know, because they're so accessible, but this hour shit, you got to sit down, fucking watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, also with those late night sets, like just from watching, it's like, it's like they're so fucking ripped up, like you're so stripped of so much of what you are.
Totally.
And it's just like a thing of like, I don't even want to do this. Like, this is not like the special. You're doing you're having a great time. I love the ools.
But I love watching guys like Gary Goldman who do he's so masterful at doing a late night set. He did Colbert last week. You can check it out. Gary Goldman on
amazing,
so great.
Colbert. It's like he just goes. It just feels like one subject the entire time.
Yeah,
it does, and you really get a fucking good idea of the joke,
right?
Which I think you lose a lot.
And he just has that patience and that cadence where you're like, I would be freaking out because he's talking kind of slow. I would be like, I'd be losing it.
Yeah.
I gotta have a joke, laugh a minute, or I'm freaking out.
Yeah, that kind of experience only comes like, you gotta work a long time for it. Like McDonald's boy was cool and collected under pressure at that cash register.
You know how good he's gonna be at McDonald's by the time he's 20?
And how hooked on meth he's gonna be by the time he's 17.
Yeah. Well, he could use a little. He's pudgy.
Yeah, he's going to be jacked. We're going to take our last break. We'll be right back with Mark Norman sitting in for Big J and Greg Stone is sitting in just hanging out. It's the Bonfire.
And now, back to the Bonfire with Big J Oakerson and Dan Soder.
I want to fucking eat you and fuck you and suck your
Ryan, you dog. It's Dr. Dog on the Bonfire, Comedy Central Radio, Sirius XM 95. Mark Norman picking all the music today because our buddy Big J. Oakerson, our brother, is on the high seas of rock at Shiprocked. We're off next week because I'm gone, so the Bonfire will be a collective together. January 30th. What's that, Jacob?
We're off Monday. Might be on Wednesday.
We're off Monday. You might be on Wednesday. Oh, you guys might do it with a guest host.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
So stay tuned.
Yeah, cool. I kind of like that you didn't want to tell me that.
Yeah, no,
You're trying to be sneaky? Who is it, huh?
Don't know yet.
Who are you bringing in? I'll say it.
Don't know yet.
Huh? Well, you don't want to tell me? You're cheating on me? Where's Jay? Get Jay on the phone, huh? I thought we were going to take a week off. We had a fucking thing. No, I'm kidding. I hope you guys have fun without me. Thought we were going to take a vacation as a sign of unity. But, Jay and I will be back together on the show January 30th. That will happen. So there might be a show Wednesday. Back to current times. Greg Stone visiting from the Rad Dude Cast. Follow him at Greg Stone _ bringing light about the McDonald's kid, which we have no new info about.
No, I think nothing has undeveloped in the past 40 minutes.
Andy, nothing?
No, we got nothing on that fat fuck.
Damn it.
Hey.
Call in.
He's
What? That was me as a kid. Come on.
Yeah.
I can say that because I was that kid.
Breaking news.
becoming that adult.
Is Andy the future McDonald's boy? Breaking now. Shave your beard. I knew I saw that face under there. I bet. Do you think he gets made fun of at school for working at McDonald's?
No. I don't think that kid's in school.
He's like Doogie Howser. He's done.
Yeah.
He's already graduated.
He has a journal on one of those old computers at night.
Yeah.
He just goes to like, you got them old word processor up? He's like, I'm trying to write a sentence or two down.
Trying to get my thoughts out.
Mom, my thoughts are hurting my head.
Did you ever work at fast food? Either of you?
No, but I did work. I'm excited because I'm going to Portland, right, which has got a lot of great restaurants, but there's a Red Robin right by the hotel. And I love Red Robin.
You can get that here, can't you?
I don't know where. In Jersey.
Yeah,
I know there's one in Cherry Hill.
Yeah, we got one on 46, on Route 3, right your way into Jersey, baby.
That was like mall food.
Yes.
That's like nice fast food.
Unlimited strawberry lemonades. I drank so many, I threw up before I got to the car. At 33 years old. This wasn't 10. This is 2 years ago. My even girlfriend was like, don't have so many strawberry lemonade refills. I was like, don't tell me, bitch! And I threw up in her Jetta.
The guy comes over, you're like, leave the bottle.
Yeah. Like
I want the syrup.
Who lost a partner.
I just want the syrup. Like working there in high school, I got addicted to their food and their fries with the seasoning. Good. And my mom still has 2 of the seasoning things. Because I just grab them and take them home.
Yeah.
But I'm excited because in Portland there's one right by it, so I'll have to eat Red Robin a couple times.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but I love it.
It's home.
It's great.
It is home. Did you ever work in fast food, Norm?
No, but I was a busboy for years, so I was always around shitty food.
Yeah, that's what I was a busboy at a Mexican restaurant called the Emerald Isle in Aurora. It's got an awesome patio, but it's named after Ireland, but it sells Mexican.
I got to tell you the greatest thing I ever did in my life.
All right.
Can I share this?
Besides finding McDonald's, boy?
This is going to change. This is I ever tell you about Gus Dakota?
Gus Dakota? No, I'd remember that.
Worked at a TGI Fridays.
Wow, that is the Emerald Isle. You found it. This ain't a cafe. Oh, they have a website? That would really surprise me they have a website. It's a great patio. It's got a fucking awesome patio, but a lot of drunks, a lot of questionable people late at night.
Is there a Where Are They Now section?
That'd be great. That's the patio.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I used to get I got hammered there when I drank after I worked there, but I remember this girl this lady that worked there when I was 14 showed me her tits. And I thought it was so cool at the time.
That is so cool now.
Yeah.
But I also realized that she was a very drunk 32-year-old woman.
Oh, that's hot.
That's still young for me.
That was a child. I was a child. I rode my bike to work.
What was the scenario? Was she like, I want some guacamole?
She goes, I was the busboy, and she was like, can you find me a lighter? And I had a lighter on me because I was a fucking shithead. And I was like, I have a lighter. And she's like, give me your lighter. And I was like, what am I going to get? I wanted a cigarette. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go smoke after my shift. And I was like, I want a cigarette. She's like, I can't give you a cigarette. And I was like, then what are you going to give me? And she goes, I'll show you my tits. And I was like, yeah, done.
Nice.
I go, do it. And then she just showed him like that and then put it down. And I gave her my lighter. And I jerked off for like fucking years after that.
I'm going to jerk off to that tonight.
Because you know what it was?
That's still hot.
That's hot.
When she moved in a way that her tit moved, and it was the first time I saw tits in person move.
The jiggle.
The jiggle.
Yes.
It was a woman's tit jiggling that used to make me, that's what I jerked off to for
That is hot.
for a while. But anyways, you had the greatest moment. Mark,
does it top the tits? Because that, you kind of just cock-blocked you there.
Sorry.
I mean, this is an insane. Okay,
About
this is
Gus
the same
Dakota.
thing I did. Me and Anthony DeVito, we did these characters. Gus Dakota, we just we put a mustache on. We went to a strip club, had a great time. You know, at the time I was working at TGI Fridays.
How old are you?
26.
Oh, so-
no, maybe, I don't know. This is like 05, 06. I don't know, around there, whatever. So I get dressed up as this character, Gus Dakota, old Uncle Gus, right? I'm working at Fridays. I'm telling the story to my manager, who I didn't work at Fridays anymore. So I was done. I'm just there visiting, you know? And I'm like, I did this character, Gus Dakota. He's great. We were at a strip club. I have fake mustache, fake cigarette. He says things like, you fucking AAA right. Like, it's so funny.
AAA right.
He's laughing. And I go, hey man, do you mind if I pick up some shifts? And he goes, yeah, of course. Come in whenever you want. So I came in 2 weeks later, full mustache, sunglasses. I wore a blazer under the Fridays.
Yeah, under the
shirt.
suspend. Oh,
Yeah, under the Fridays shirt, and then had like a neckerchief. And he was like, so I guess I got Gus Dakota. And I was like, you fucking AAA right, brother. Right?
What?
Worked.
This is like your Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
Yes. For 6 months. I worked at TGI Fridays, picking up shifts as a guy who had I stapled a picture of a bear to my shirt. I carried nunchucks.
Whoa.
Yeah, would go to the tables, and I was like, how you fuckers doing tonight? And they were like, I don't know, what's good? I was like, try the Reuben. And they were like, I don't see a Reuben. I don't know what we got, baby. And then I would leave.
You were all character.
Dude, all character. People at Fridays didn't know. They were like, they would see me out of clothes. They were like, Greg, you got to see, we got this guy Gus working here. He's cursing at customers. Has a cigarette in his mouth.
It was
never lights
legitimately
it.
your Tony Clifton.
Yes. And I was like, they're telling me, like, you got to see him. And I'm like, haha, I have no idea. People I knew didn't know it was me. He changed my name in the computer to say Gus Dakota. So I was just going to places as Gus Dakota.
Can we take TGI Fridays down on tax shit with this?
No, my name was on like the paycheck and shit. So like because he was a store manager, so he was like, he knew what was going on. This is like, there's.
And so you were just coming in being like, hey, you fucking cunts, what do you want? You want some potato skins?
Yeah, like, how you motherfuckers doing? I would do nunchuck moves. It was so ridiculous. I never made more money in my life.
Really?
Yeah, as this waiter.
Yeah.
DeVito was sun-tuned, so he combed his hair. He looked like an Indian guy, had like the pedophile glasses on, and he would just be my hype guy.
Wait, is this what? Is this?
That's us. Yeah, that's us. We did this a little while ago.
We're going to tweet it out at the bonfire, but we have Gus Dakota and
Suntune.
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 That's his Indian name?
Suntune was Anthony.
Was he supposed to be Indian?
He was he was from Bali. We had a whole backstory.
Play the video. I want to hear the voice.
You look like a badass.
This is Baby, It's Cold Outside. I don't know if you guys have one of you.
No, that's fine. I just want to hear what this sounds like.
Is that eggnog?
But baby, it's cold out there. Say, what's in this drink? No cabs to be had out there.
Oh, I thought it was like a video of you guys.
Well, it's audio. We did a Christmas album.
At least I'm going to say that I tried.
People at home must be so confused right now.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain this, that we did
Baby,
this.
don't hold out, baby, it's cold.
There is video of a documentary we made from years ago of me, like, in the Fridays. And me, like, talking to someone. It's not good. It was before we knew how to do, like, video editing.
So you guys have been doing, like, characters and shit like this for a while.
Yeah.
Is McDonald's Boy one of your characters?
He is, yeah.
You made it up? You hired an actor? Because now that I know this whole Gus Dakota backstory, I don't know what to believe out of you.
It's not much you can believe.
I just couldn't stay in it. You could just stay in it. You could do a whole shift. You could go through the fucking...
Sweating. My mustache fell off into a woman's sandwich. And
shut up.
I swear to God. The mustache we used, it was these fake ones you like buy 10 for $1.
Yeah.
And I used 3M spray mount that you would spray and it would burn my face. But then I'd sweat because I'm in a restaurant. So it would sweat, it fell off, and the lady looks at me and she goes, is your mustache fake? But it was clearly fake. And so I was like, are your titties fake? Don't fucking talk to me, you bitch. Like, that was like the
So you did like a Dick's last resort kind of thing where the waiters are mean to you?
They were like kind of mean, but like they got it was a joke because I didn't look like a real person. Like people were like, oh, like this is like clearly something is happening. But who wear the cameras? There are none. I'm just doing it for himself.
2005.
Yeah, maybe around there, 5, 6, something like that.
You can't get away with that shit now.
Can we get a little Gus? Like if Gus was on
Is
the
Gus
show.
in there?
Yeah, I mean, I could find him. It's hard.
Could you go in and pull Gus out?
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
could you go into
for a
character?
sec. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, I appreciate you guest hosting. This was a really fun show, man.
I had a blast.
And
Thanks for
April
having me.
10th, man. Don't be yourself.
7th.
April 7th?
That was my fault.
April 7th.
Yeah.
Your hour special, Don't Be Yourself, is going to be on Comedy Central premiering. So make sure you go, and then go to marknormancomedy.com to make sure you get all the live dates. He's going to be in Poughkeepsie at Laugh It Up, at Magoobies in Baltimore, Philly at Helium, and follow him at Mark Norman. Of course, listen to his awesome podcast, Tuesdays with Stories. Greg Stone, who's no longer in the room, is on the Rad Dudecast, at Greg Stone _. Is this,
Good to be here, you old son of a bitch.
Oh,
yes.
Mr.
After the war.
Which war?
The war in Bali, old friend.
There's a war in Bali?
It was more of a coup, but we're driving through the Hummer, and I got fucking Charlie left, right. Yeah, a lot of it doesn't make sense. The old noggin's fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a vet.
Yeah.
It was like just a
Mr. Dakota. I just want to...
Yeah.
Why are you waiting tables there, vet?
Hummer flips over, and I'm looking at my skies, and I'm saying, this is the last time you're ever going to see me. God. I look up. A hand from heaven. Old Sonny T. And he says, I have you, my friend.
Yeah.
The flames burn my face.
Yeah.
That's why I'm unable to grow a real mustache.
Okay.
I had one last tear.
Yeah.
Before my ducts were singed from my body.
Yeah.
And it was for Sun Tune saving my life.
Oh. Well, Mr. Dakota, thank you for showing up.
Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.
Oh, wow. And then you're back.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, sorry. It's been a while.
I mean, it's some
Since I've
Daniel
seen
Day-Lewis shit, man.
It was actually just a really bad Will Ferrell ripoff that I didn't know how to do impressions yet.
Yeah,
so he's
just
like
did
still there.
that energy. Totally.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming by and hanging out.
Thank you for having me. I had such a great time. I love both of you. I love all of you. All great people.
This is a great crew.
Well, thank you, Jacob, Andy, Lou.
Do you do this every week?
No. Well, because I was like, oh, Big J's going to be back on Wednesday with a guest host, right? Next Wednesday, a week from today? We don't know.
Jay can handle it alone.
There might be. We don't know. But if not, we will be together, whole, as a family, January 30th. That I promise you. Follow us at the Bonfire SXM, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Portland, Oregon, I will be at Helium tomorrow through Saturday. Then Seattle, Washington, I'm going to be at Laughs. You can go to dansoder.com for tickets. You guys are the fucking best.
Suck my pussy.
Suck my pussy. Do you know?
You doing another live one at any point?
Yeah, we'll do it soon.
All right. Keep me posted.
Everyone, go be your best Pat O'Brien.
Man, say yeah.